But one of the most significant things about this episode happened towards the very end. Now, how long we been rocking with Nick Fury? Since what? Like the very first Avengers, right?
No, Iron Man. Iron Man was
Iron Man,
2008,
excuse me.
wasn't
Because
it?
Iron Man, when he introduced the Avengers Initiative and actually had the little folder and don't worry about that, don't worry about that, Tony. You know what I'm saying? And he's been in like damn near a dozen of the movies. He's in the shows. You know what I'm saying? His legacy has even pierced the what if. They even now make Nick Fury black. He originally wasn't drawn black. You know, he was David Hasselhoff. But
Yeah.
now Nick Fury is fully exposed. And he walks into his house at the end of this episode. Spoilers coming, spoilers coming. And as he walks in, you're kind of like, okay, what's he doing? What's going on here? And then this goddess says, what? You're forgetting something. He puts his ring back on. He says, better. Says, almost. And you learn that, whoa, this motherfucker been married this whole damn time. Well, you know what? I'm not going to say that because I honestly don't know when this wedding happened. But the way that they're making it seem, they're giving us the clues that it's a possibility that this man had a whole wife this whole time. And I don't know about y'all, but Steffi, I get the sense that you might not be so appreciative of being a hidden wife.
I mean, no, but if my husband is an interstellar badass, like I'm willing to make some compromises.
Okay. All right.
And I'm so sorry, but if me being your secret wife keeps me safe because you involved in some shit that ain't got nothing to do with me,
that part
will be a secret. Like
that part.
That's just fine with me. If it's a matter of safety and just not because Nick Fury has a lot of enemies. That's his business. That's
across galaxies.
Across galaxies.
Yeah, we've all seen what happens to the love interests of superheroes.
Ooh, wow.
No, thank you. I don't need the Green Goblin in my house.
He ain't gonna be a statistic.
I don't want to be thrown off a bridge. I'm good.
I'm just fine, right?
Why?
And he's not the only one, right? I mean, because Clint had a whole secret family. You know what I'm saying? And
that ain't real. No.
I don't think it's real either because his wife is an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. and
no, that man is a fuckboy. I refuse.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
That man, they did that man dirty by giving him morals and a family. Fuck that. That man is community dick. He is a fuckboy trying to do better. That is the biggest mistake Marvel did with the man. I'm sorry. That bothered me.
Omar, tell us how you really feel, dog.
Yeah, please elaborate, bro.
I can do it later, but like, no, that's not Clint Barton. Clint Barton is community dick. That man slept around and he's fucking immature, but then he tries to do the right thing. That was what was established. And then because you had nothing for the character before, and then we'll give him a secret family. That's not him, and it's what hindered him during his Hawkeye, when Hawkeye came to the TV show. It wasn't like it was. I mean, it wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary. That man is not. That nigga is not Guile. He did not go home and become a family man. That man is a fuckboy. That man is community dick, and we love him for it.
Yo, you keep saying community dick.
He is.
What community is getting this dick though? Is what we need to know.
Give me the community dick. Give me the
the Hawkeye community dick.
Bobby Morse. When he saw with Mockingbird, his wife Bobby Morse, Spider Woman.
Jessica
Wasp. Who else?
The
woman that he bought a car off of, a Reddit woman that turned out to be a Russian spy. And then he got his ass beat for fucking Spider Woman came up and slapped him in front of his hallway in front of all his tenants and shit, fucking around in front of his wife and shit too. Be like that man, and then he had to apologize later as he should have. But like that man is community. There's probably a bunch that I'm forgetting as well. That man is.
So you're telling us that Hawkeye's a fuckboy?
Yes.
God damn.
He said that in the beginning. He did say.
Yeah, and he's evidently community dicking himself all through the universe. And I ain't gonna lie, it's a fascinating thing. But I mean, but the part that outside of him being a whole slut, a man slut, hold on, we shouldn't call him a slut. Sexually free.
Call him gigolos.
Why can't we call him a slut?
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
Call
him what you like. Let's call him what it is.
Like.
But what does that have to do with him and the family? Are you saying that the on screen persona doesn't match the comic book persona?
Yeah. So that it hits better with Nick Fury because like, oh shit, all these years, wow. Whereas Hawkeye, I'm like, this isn't him. This is not him. This doesn't make sense. That's all I was trying to.
Okay,
it works better with Nick Fury. It doesn't work with Hawkeye.
Fair enough. But the notion still stands that this is a young lady who Nick Fury is now finally come out at least to the audience with. But here's the only caveat, y'all. She's a Skrull.
Yeah.
She is a whole Skrull.
What is her original Skrull name? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is that Talos' wife?
No, I don't think that is because
you just said some scandal. You started some scandal.
Why is she hidden?
Because Nick Fury.
Yeah, I mean
Nick Fury. She was separate when she introduced whatever the villain or whatever. But then his wife was with Talos' wife was with him on the other side. You could tell by her feet. I'm like, that's a black woman underneath that makeup.
Yes,
but and then she's dead.
Good.
She's also dead. She died too. But she was with her, Fury's wife.
Oh no. Okay, so I don't know if that was Talos' wife that brought. Remember what's the bad dude's name?
Gravik.
So Gravik. So remember the lady that brought Gravik to Fury? That's
her.
Wife.
Yeah, that's his wife. Okay. His wife brought Gravik.
Okay.
That's not Talos, not Soren, not Talos' wife.
Okay.
Well, here's the question that I feel is most. There's two questions I have. The first one is, and this is for those who watched it. Do we think that I can call him Sam, that Nick Fury knows that his wife is a Skrull? Because they didn't show. I mean, there's something was very interesting. If you watch it, then the way that they kind of reveal this is they show her chopping up some vegetables,
right?
And then Nick Fury comes into the house and she's in regular form. So I didn't even put her on here as the form that they had her on before, but she was shown as a Skrull. And then when Nick walks in and gives baby the kiss, she's full human form. Yeah. My question is, does Nick even know? I would assume he does, but who knows? What you think? Yeah,
I don't think he does, because I was like looking at that too. Like you saw her fingers cutting up, cucumbers and looking just like her fingers, and then next thing you know, the door opens in the house and he walks in and she's like sitting in front of the food.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like a human being. So I don't think he quite knows. Like, I think maybe that's another, because remember, when he was talking to Talos, he was like, how are we even supposed to know who's the enemy? You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't even know.
Right. Right.
Like he's completely clueless as to like if they're Skrulls or not. And we know that one lady, she figured out the ultimate way to figure out if you're a Skrull or not. Cut the finger off. That shit'll turn green.
I don't know if he's gonna cut his wife's, finger off.
This is Nick Fury. You don't know this.
God damn it! Where's the remote control, bitch?
Where's my super suit?
Where's my super suit? Yo, Nolly, you think that Nick knows, or do you think that Nick's ignorant to the fact that his wife is from a whole other planet?
I didn't even think about it when I watched it. I was too busy being like, hey, he knocking alien boots. Asking you why he wanted to stay in space is where he feels more comfortable. I didn't even think, like, does he know? Does he not know? Is she more comfortable as a black woman? Because I understand. But also, like, I'm going to watch it.
Omar, what you think, bro?
I don't think you get to be the spy of all spies if you don't know. And also, she was in the room. She was in the room with them as well. So it'd be like, why? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, we all went our separate ways, and then what's it called? And then you come up later. But also, like, if you choose a face, and you're in this. We're in this game. Choose a face. I think he would have saw the face that she chose right there. But I mean,
but she changed her face though
all the time too. But I think it's impossible to keep. If he does not know, then you are not the spy of all spies, man. It's usually impossible.
Maybe that's Rhodey's point. Maybe that's Rhodey's point into how he's gotta let him go. Like, and Talos even said it. Like, dude, when you came back from the blimp, you have not been the same. You've been off. You've been different. You've been distant. You don't want to confront the truth. You don't want to, like, you know what I'm saying. You've been hiding from everything. You don't want to confront the elephant in the room, which is like, hey, like, there's a lot more Skrulls than we thought. One. Right. Two, they're trying to take over the freaking planet. Like, not even just like coexist. Like, they're like, I'm exterminating humans. Basically, we're the fucking disease, and they are trying to eliminate us. Like, and that's basically like what the goal is for this dude. And he saw it in Gravik's eyes when he blew up that bomb and it killed his friend. Like, it was all done. You know what I'm saying? Like, just perfectly set up, and just, I don't know. This I like where this series is going, but I'm sad because we only have 3 episodes left, and how are we going to tie this all together, and where are we going to go after this? Is all I'm like concerned about.
Is it 6 episodes?
6 episodes.
6, yeah. So it's 4 episodes left.
Okay.
But you're right, Yaz, because even he wasn't the only one. Even Gravik was like, yo, you saw Nick Fury? How was he? He's like, he's slow. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got it like he used to. I mean,
right, but that's what everyone's point is. He is not the same man that he was before he got blimped, and now he's still trying to be. He's still like, I'm Nick Fury, aren't I? Like, I'm still a gangster, aren't I? Like, even though
maybe he's trying to catch us slipping.
At 70 something years old,
he's smart. He's smart. Don't.
He's still dapper, but he's
put it over Mace Windu, okay?
I'm just saying, Mace Windu got shot out a window and has one fake eye. So
wait, I fuck with Mace
as well as he could before. Is all I'm saying.
Either way, it's just fascinating that he's involved with an alien, whether he knows it or not. And I don't know if it's not just me, but when y'all look at this, even though we all know it's acting, they were evidently told to make this look believable. So I'm under the impression that this is not just a marriage, but a happy marriage in which they are flourishing. They're enjoying each other. They're doing things like going out on dates, going out on trips and stuff like that. And which gives me the inkling to be like, yo, well, shit, if they happy, marriage, whatever, marry who you want, be happy with who you want. The question is, would y'all do that? What's up? Yes. Go ahead.
I got a weird question for y'all. If she got pregnant, what that baby look like?
It'll still be Skrull dominant because that happened with Tigra, and her child came out a Skrull.
Okay.
And there's also Hulkling, who is also half Skrull, half human, half Skrull, half human.
I gotta see this baby. You sent me a link. I gotta see what this baby looks like. I'm curious.
The baby will look like whatever the baby want to look like, is what it sounds like as a Skrull. Ty, was you raising your hand or was you?
Yeah. So one of the things about this whole episode that I think kind of speaks to this is when they showed the initial journey of the Skrulls coming to the Earth, and Nick kind of maneuvering with their people. He was already like every person that came in, that he was doing that greeting that the Skrulls do, where they put their heads together. Now imagine being embedded in this community for 20 some odd, 30 some odd, 40 some odd years, and having people keep their faces. At this point, you got everybody keeping their faces. At some point, you're going to forget. You're going to look at a face and see the face and not remember that it's a Skrull underneath. Or maybe at this point, you've accepted the Skrulls as your family because you keep doing the head touch and everything and all of that. And now you feel like you've developed a real relationship with them. I think he knows. I think this is a Tuesday in the Fury household. I think on Wednesday she could look totally different. This is just what they do in the Fury household. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
Switching that shit up. Okay.
Listen.
Switching it up anytime he wants. Anytime you can switch it up, gender, anything.
Yeah, he's like, baby, you're the ultimate woman. Instead of your hair and your nails, baby, you got the skin tone. You got the eye color. Like, we can have Strange on a Tuesday, Wednesday,
That's not when it comes
Sunday.
up to Skrull invasion. They'd be like, Tiffy, we said choose a form and stick to it. You switch your hair alone 3 times since I said that sentence. And I'm just sitting there with hair, and I'm like, I don't know what you expect of me.
I can't be controlled.
This is who I am. So,
and I wonder, Omar, does it make it community? Do you turn into community dick if you're having sex with a different woman every night? The physiology If the hold on a second, can the Skrull physiology changes because they can be male or female, correct? When they
yes, they can.
Okay, calm down, Ty. You take it to another level.
Hold up.
You take it to that another level.
Because listen, I already told you if they come, I'm joining. So I need to know what I need to know before I get into what I'm getting into. So back to my question, sir.
Yes.
I'm done.
The physiology does change. Yes. So that means that if I'm with this one person on Monday, technically she could change her physiology Tuesday and it's a whole different person.
No, not like that. The gender, or I guess the anatomy would change and the reproductive things would change. It's still that one person impersonating someone else.
It's still the same whole time.
Yeah, they're not a whole different person. They are a person switching.
They are the same whole.
Their anatomy.
Yeah. Got the same goals
with knowledge.
What to be used for? Say that again, Tiff. They're what?
I refuse to believe.
Me and Yas were on the same page.
We're on the same page. Yes, Tiff,
right, they're the same whole. So it's not
same bodily fluid.
It's the same or holes.
There, that's right. I was about to say plural too, Tiff. Don't forget
physiology.
The
if they could change physiology, then that means they could change the shape of everything on their body.
Sure. Yeah, so we can have different shapes going on. 'Tis the same whole.
That part. Tell him, Tiff. That part. It's the same hole.
There can be more than one hole. There can be more. It's tentacles. It can be a lot of shit, but it's still the same.
It could be anything, right? It could be.
What a wholesome conversation.
This is not.
I'm helping, Omar.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'm helping.
I got a serious question.
You're wholly helping.
You have your tentacles, baby.
Well, since what this, I mean, think about that though. I mean, even it. All right, so Ty just basically kind of made him sound less like Nick Fury and more like Jake Sully from Avatar, where he gets embedded in the culture so much that he's like, I am from Na'vi.
I'm a blue man.
And he forgets that he actually is a whole human being with no legs.
Technically, though, his soul got transferred into the blue guy, so he became like
at the end, afterwards.
That was like
hours of the movie.
That was metamorphosis, dog. Okay, he became like he grew and became a different species. Okay, that's
I want to be a Skrull.
Butterfly effect shit.
Man.
Well, let me ask y'all this: Samuel L. God damn it, I can't tell the difference. God damn it, Nick Fury is SLJ as far as I'm concerned. But they clearly have professed their love in this in a manner that shows that they're not in some cantankerous relationship where it's just, hey, John and Meg, and we're here for the cameras. This is behind the scenes. But they seem to love each other, which begs the question. All of us on this screen, I'm sure we all want love. Some of us in relationships, some of us in relationships with ourselves, and some of us not even necessarily needing a relationship. But if you did find out, yes, Omar, Ty, Nolly, and even Tiff Fee for that matter, that your significant other was a Skrull the whole time.
I got
you. I'd be like, think you've been holding out this long?
Go ahead. All right, Omar.
I don't mind the fact that you're a Skrull. I'm just gonna be real with you. If I'm not attracted to your default form, I'm like, all right, you're gonna have to keep rotating that. You're gonna keep rotating that shit up. I'm sorry. If the default form, like, this ain't gonna work. I don't mind, but I'm like, it's just that you better keep being a black woman. Or you better keep being a black woman as long as she don't transform into a certain race. Switch up on me, but also I think I'm like, I don't want to come in here and see Rebecca Romaine stick. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Get out of here. And also, you can't do that. You can't go to your default. But I was like, but also, like, I'm sorry. The default is why I'm like imagine the default look like the Predator. I'm like, okay, so here we are.
Oh,
but that don't matter.
Remember in Star Wars, the one bitch with the teeth?
That's or like
the she had like the 2 in the front and the 1. You remember?
Yeah, the quarry. She's the member of the quarry.
You know, with the tentacles. Oh,
but Omar. Yeah. But you love everything about her. She's perfect. She's a DJ. She's from Australia.
You're talking about. You are talking about my wife. You're not talking about a fictional character as a scroll. Nah. What are we? I said it's all fine. I just said the default. I'm like the default. I'm like, which may work for some. I'm just saying if the natural default is like, whoo, okay, cool, but can you turn back? Because that's more. Like, you know what I mean? That is it. I'm like, no, your default form is not cute for me. That's fine. I'm just saying, like, give her the old switcheroo one more time. All right, cool.
Okay, so does this mean that Omar's getting his own clip of him doing all of this so that he can get attacked on the internet about having his I call the whole planet ugly and I'm villain of the fucking year. This man, his wife.
I did not say. I said nothing about my
his fictional wife, not his real life wife. But I'm just saying,
he did.
If the default is wild,
we planet too.
If the default is wild, I'm like,
when we clip this, you have to add Tiffy's rebuttal. I'm like, okay, so
if the default is wild, then not, like I'm like, I'm like, I'm okay. Like,
I would be upset. I'd be like, so all this time. You know how I like to get down. You know I like sit freaky. You had a whole arsenal at your disposal, and you ain't been bringing out the big guns,
right?
You hate me. Just say that,
right?
Why are you mad at me? Like you could have been doing so much more. I have so many ideas. I don't know what I have to work with. I can have all kinds of holes.
Yo! Also, I'm thinking, hold on.
Tiffy's like, we taking cosplay to the next level, baby. Let's get it.
Like,
cosplay is not
just unlocked a whole new mode. Like, you could have been
that'd be a consent.
So let me get this straight. If it's Omar, it's like, hold on, now I don't like you if that's not what you look at like without your hair.
If she's
cute,
like
I want to see you as your original form.
Yeah.
But if it's Tiffy, it's like, hold the fuck up, Idris. So you could have been Michael B at the same time, motherfucker, and didn't even want to tell me, bitch. Like we could have been doing this. I could have had a whole.
You can switch up between strokes. I can look back completely. There was so much opportunity, and that's the privacy. Oh my!
And what if the default happens during stroke? Like it takes you out. Like would that take you out of it? Like
oh my god!
I'm just saying, it's a default. Oh yeah. Oh Michael. Oh Idris. Oh fucking. Oh hey Zendaya. Oh you're here. Okay. Oh Janelle Monáe. This is the default. You know what I'm saying? Like
all right. Wait.
Listen. It depends because the post nut clarity is something else.
We don't gotta worry about that till it happens.
Things go. I might be like, bring that default back.
Like that one hit harder than the others.
I feel like it's already been clarified that it's the same hole. So I'm like, listen. If you making me feel, listen. I don't know why y'all are upset. I'm not upset when I find out. If I find out, listen. If I find out we're starting at the letter A and we're going all the way through the alphabet of every celebrity, every star. Listen every single day, babe. And you be whoever you want to be today. But make sure it starts with the letter A.
Okay, can I ask you a question though? And this is for the whole panel. Can I ask you guys a question? All right, so if they were a scroll, can scrolls actually change like to like extraterrestrial? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like difference like that. Like would you guys be
anything?
Like in Star Wars, you know what I'm saying? And like in Star Trek, how they have like just they got orange people, they got fucking you know what I'm saying? The tentacles, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you got like
tentacles. They are
so like what if that was the default though? Like you know what I'm saying? Like all like not green but like orange or purple or like blue, and then they got like shit coming out.
Same hole. Listen, Tiffy was strong with it.
Would you getting that intergalactic, or would you be like, I don't know?
Yes.
Y'all said
the scroll default is fine for y'all.
There was a tentacle option.
Yup. Sign me.
Whoa.
You mean I don't have to buy a bad dragon anymore?
No more. Are we pretending like those don't exist and there's not a whole market for this shit? Right. I got a tentacle dildo. Now we all know. Okay, it's great. It's fantastic. It has a whole different shape and it goes like that. Are you kidding me?
How does it go? How does it go?
There's options. It could be ripped for pleasure. We could do whatever.
When you make this video, don't even bother putting the collab on it. Don't even bother. I can't. No.
I know.
Don't even bother with the collab.
13, boy. This is straight NBOX right here. But
don't even bother.
I don't make these.
And this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is why we are not a family show anymore.
We should be.
The bad dragon killed me.
Omar has a great question that everybody here seems to have just completely forgotten. Sure, he could morph or she could morph into whoever you like, but at the core is this motherfucker. Are you cool with walking down the aisle with this motherfucker? Or do you have to make them morph into somebody that you like in order to get through the relationship? That's
colors would go well with my theme. I'd be great.
Yeah, that's my thing. I don't mind the change. I don't mind any of that. I'm just like,
it's the inside, dog, not the out.
It is most definitely the fucking outside too. Let's not pretend here.
So all right, so y'all are missing the point, man. Like this dude, that same dude you just showed can be Bill Gates tomorrow.
Yeah, but this is who he is for real though.
Here's a problem. Because then all of a sudden it's like, okay, I show my natural form. I want to be able to be my natural self around you. I don't want to have to put on another face. I want to be myself. And it's like, all right, hold on, Playboy. because when we took those fucking vows, we did those vows, and I'm all for one to be. It's like I want to be my natural era where your default natural. That shit ain't
Where's Tasha? She listening to this shit. Where's Tasha?
She don't have to worry about that shit because her default natural is fucking amazing. That's why we're goddamn well married. One of the reasons. But as an alien, and the alien looks again like Predator, fucking a Skrull, a Kree. Like these some of these motherfuckers aren't cute. The ones that are non-humanoid. You know what I mean? I can't be like Namor, who's like, nah, man, I appreciate everybody. They ain't got to be looking humanoid. I fucks whatever. That's Prince Namor. I am not Prince Namor. I need to default because I'm a face person. The default. The face card cannot be declined if we're going to get intergalactic with it, all right? Was this shit declined on Mars? I can't be doing that shit now. Now, if it's a great fan, I'm like, all right, fine. It's all fine. But the default, because that default slip might slip out during, or you might be like, you know what? I'm tired of putting on all these faces. I want you to love me for me.
Shit.
Let's go. Now we got to involve the therapist in here. Now we got to involve family. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't.
Call me Captain.
You could have had to go. You could have went through that with a normal person. You could have went through that with a normal person.
A normal person that changed their default changes to an alien that I wasn't aware of, and it's like, oh, this is not cute.
Well, I think that the question was, if you found out, would you be upset? And what Omar is saying is like, nah, I'm cool as long as they default is cute.
Yeah.
This is not cute.
You know what I'm saying? So I pity the fool who comes out the Skrull closet to Omar, but doesn't do their hair and makeup first. Because they're gonna find out like, oh shit, like he don't like me for my natural self. But the love is real. You know what
I do not.
This guy, at least he's honest about it. Well, maybe you should go get you a dragon, homeboy. You know what I'm saying?
It's the face. It's the face. How serious you get when you do that. She said,
because I can show you.
Ma'am.
Oh,
ma'am.
I was gonna say, but remember, we got a Patreon. We need to start and get videos. Well, that's Patreon.
I'm glad you brought that up. So stick around after the show because I have a plan for that. But for right now, I think it's safe to say that Omar is a whole chauvinist. No, let me stop.
Yeah, I'm a hater. As our friend Jordan was, I got a hater's heart when it comes to that. Like, all right, I don't mind you lying to me, but all right. I'm shallow how now? Listen, if the default is fucking fine. It'd be great.
Let's look at this. This person was lied to. If you do take vows with someone, I mean, I'm saying you don't get to determine what's important to somebody else. And if you present yourself one way and then switch it up at some point, that person's allowed to have a reaction to. It's like Belle in Beauty and the Beast. When he changed into the human, I'd have been like, so how do we get in touch with the enchantress to change you back?
Really?
How do we get that curse popping off again?
Because I'm saying, okay, because once he turned, I was like, I'm not feeling it no more.
Yeah, he had some very like his lips were too poker out for a man. Like
I know it's about what's on inside, but babe, give me the fur.
Right. Y'all are still talking about that big ass beast.
Yeah. Listen, sometimes you just like, you ever been to a furry party or heard furry parties?
No.
You saw that? What happens at a furry party?
Just Google. Just Google. Do you a favor, babe. Just Google, okay?
Google my ass. God damn it. What
any explanation I can give you? I will say the beast compared to his human form, I absolutely would have been like, oh.
Furry parties are a thing.
This was really great for me, and I appreciate everything you did and getting rid of that ass. You've been bugging me for a couple years now, but I'm a head on back to my daddy's house because.
Oh man, I can't wait for them to remake Teen Wolf because I know which one of those Tiffy's gonna go for. It's not who actually Marty is. It's actually the wolf. But it's crazy, man, because I don't see these folks having that issue, because I think that what folks are falling for is the actual personality of the person. And if you have somebody who could shape morph into anybody, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I think that ultimately, as long as you have that power, then you'll probably make it. But from what Ty is saying, it's like, no, look, it don't really matter, you know what I'm saying? As long as we got a connection, I'm there for you, baby. Black, brown,
it's love. It's love. If I love you, I love you. Like, I'm listen. I'm a loyal dude, and if I fucks with you and you ride with me, I'm gonna ride with you. Now, if you pull off a leg one day, I'm gonna be mad that you didn't tell me that leg was fake. But we gonna work through it. We gonna work through it. And I mean, it's the same thing for this. Like, if at that point, if Amy come and tell me I'm a scroll, I'm gonna be like, A. Let's start at A. A is the letter of today. A is the letter for today.
Who's gonna be your A, bro? Who do you want it to be for A?
I'm gonna start at I'm literally gonna start alphabetically at the letter A. We're gonna go through the looks, and when I see one I like, she's gonna be like, "Stop me when you see one I like." I'm gonna be like, "I like that one," and there we go. We start there, and that's how we work it on.
His wife is like a Fortnite character. Like he's just
listen,
like making your own Street Fighter character.
You be like, build a character now, right?
Never seen the movie Clueless? You know, when she's got it on her computer, she got every outfit in her closet. She's just clicking away like this.
Yeah, like the beginning of Clueless.
That's gonna be bad. He's gonna be like, "Oh, that's gonna be the perfect one today. Let's do that."
Yes, one. Yeah, absolutely. And she'll be with it. She'll be like, "I like these titties." No, for real. Like, she'll be like, "I like this. I like that." Yeah,
we're gonna go with the D selection for the breasts, and the whole stays the same. It doesn't matter because that's all that ultimately makes it.
I think they can change. It can be shaved. The whole as well, the physiology, because it's different on the. It can. It can.
Tiffy's getting personal today.
I learned so much.
It can. Tell us more, Tiffy. Tell us more.
I think that I did everything that I could, but why wouldn't they also be able to change, like, just the.
That's what I said. That's what I asked. That's what I said.
It's still the same hole, though, Ty. No matter what.
It's the same
person. Same person.
It's the same person.
Hold on a second. Hold on. If I'm the same hole, I don't want to get too crazy on this hole, but
it's not. I think this is very easy to understand. It's the same person. It's the same DNA. They're changing the makeup of it, essentially. Yeah. So it's the same whole. You're not slutting it up because it's a different person or a different being or entity. But can they change the whole? Am I still Tiffy when I put on a different wig, nigga? Like, is that?
Are you though? Sometimes it's a
Let's see Tiffany.
But I feel like that's the idea. You can switch up the look, and in this case, we're talking about
cosmetics,
switching up the cosmetic, the way it feels. But it's the same person. It's not a new person, so I don't think it falls into the slutting it up category. You feel me?
You gotta deal with the old way.
Think about it like this. Think about it like this. Okay, women can get a vagina rejuvenation. Okay, and it be a different feeling hole. Okay, so like.
same hole.
It's the same hole, just better. You see what I'm saying?
It's better. Right. Yo, all right. Well, I'm probably venturing into dangerous territory here, and we'll get into some of the new African tales that we have.
Oh yeah, let's go to the kids shit right after this.
You brought the youth. Tiffy brought the youth pastor out of Omar. He's got. Wait a minute. What does that have to do with Jeremiah 6:18? You know, so it's like. We want to get into some of the stuff involving some of these dope ass African tales that are coming out that I think are phenomenal. They're going to hit the world by storm and have been lacking from the industry for so long. But I am curious as to how this subject pertains to real life. Because I ain't gonna lie, I might done hatfished the motherfucker before. You know what I'm saying? You might have met me like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, you know what I'm saying? What's up? So what it do, Miami? You know what it is, and then you meet my default. And you're like, hold the fuck up! I didn't know I was fucking with can't get right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that happens at times. Look, I'm gonna keep it real. Like my ex.
I do a check around real quick, make sure that
the voice got to come down. The voice got to come down.
Yeah, don't watch this.
That's much bass in your voice.
But my ex, when I met my ex, who's of Indian descent, she's from Guyana or whatever, she had green eyes, which was very attractive to me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, green eyes. Motherfuckers ask me like, yo, tell us about your new girlfriend. I'm like, oh, well, you know, she got green eyes and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, the brown skin. She cook up the curry and ting. You know what I mean? And then one day we met up and her eyes looked a little different. I couldn't like just look in her eye and just be like, yo, was your eyes, is it like a summer thing? It was like, I just realized like, oh shit, like she had on contacts. Now I still, we still, went the round of time or whatever, however long we was together, but that her default wasn't who I met originally. And that could be what's happening with Scrolls. You might meet me and you never see me without my pants on, without my pants off, and then you say, oh shoot, look at his legs, or like, or damn man, I thought you had more hair than that. Or for the women, you can say the same thing in reverse. So I wonder if this was like, I treaded that line very carefully.
That was smart.
Yeah,
like I did that, right? So this is not too far off of a realistic conversation if you think about it. We don't present our defaults when we meet people. We present our presentations overwhelmingly the majority of the time, and that's male and female. Just keep it real. We don't show up to somebody the same way we sit on our couch on Saturday mornings. We show up to somebody the way we show up to our interview because we're trying to impress them. So the default is something that is, universal, despite whether or not you are a scroll or not. So I haven't said that, I'll get off a little. So I don't know. I don't know.
Justified your vain activity with that conversation. I feel like,
If the motherfucker is not look good in their default, I am not going to be
I don't
saying.
need no justification. I said what the fuck I
said. I'm like, ew, this looks gross. I'm out. I ain't going back to bald shit, man. I can't do it.
It is like a conversation that's been happening on social media because that girl went on a date with a guy and he got really nerdy. I think it was about Naruto.
Oh, yeah.
And that became a whole conversation on TikTok about like, hey, so there are women and people out there that like the same things that you do. Like you're not alone in being nerdy, but you can't bring episode 300 energy on the first You're sliding into the story, like
that's also like it can't be a quiz, man. It's a way to talk to someone like, I am passionate about this. Hey, are you interested in this? It can't be like, what episode is it? Like it can't. It's not an interrogation. It's not an interrogation. If I say I like this shit, you got to believe me.
Exactly.
Funny. So when the Mountain and I started dating, our first date was at Super Saiyan, which is the Dragon Ball Z theme
downtown
restaurant. Yeah.
So is that place fire or not?
So good.
Okay.
So good. Expensive, but it's good. So we sat there, talked until the thing closed because he was like, oh, so what games do you like? And I was like, I like this. He was like, yo, I like that. And I was like, yo, what's your favorite? Dark Souls 2? Is that your favorite? Because that's my favorite. And then, like the whole and now he's stuck with me. Yeah, me and Dark Souls too. Okay.
Yeah. I don't like the concept of nerd checking. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless we're having one of those fun conversations, like we're going back and forth. One of the videos I got coming out pretty soon is one where Frankie was on here, and we went back and forth about the Avengers being whiter than the Justice League, and like it was a fun conversation, but it wasn't like a fuck you type. It was like a, you know,
It's
just
not
like
the
when
boys
me
in
and
her
Tiffy did the Aladdin thing. Like it wasn't like a fuck you, you know. It was like a yo, no, Aladdin was a hobo. You know what I'm saying? It was like,
What's the voice? You know, what was the voice?
Aladdin was a hobo. Yeah, but, you know, fuck that bitch. You don't gotta struggle, bitch. You a whole ass princess. So you gonna get this man your whole kingdom. Aladdin didn't go. I remember that shit. I know why.
Yeah, the hand motions.
But, but either way, man.
Are they still wilding in the comments? Because I don't get notifications for it anymore.
They slowed down, but it's weird because well, I'll tell y'all after the show. But I was gonna post something this week, but I didn't as a result of fear of having to deal with that.
That was a good decision. That one.
But either way, go ahead, Ty, real quick.
I was just gonna. Oh, well, damn. Well, go ahead.
No, go ahead. This is what it's for.
I was just gonna say a great first date to pull all of that out is to just take your date to like an arcade, like the Dave and Buster's or anything like that. Play video games, 100. Shit like that. If you want to go play video games, and like that, like I don't know nobody that I ever went out on a date with that has like been resistant to an arcade. Like they'll be like. It was like, yo, we could play video games, we could do this. Like, yo.
You know what's not a good first date? Mini golf. It's stressful.
No.
People are too competitive, and then people, you know what I'm saying? I'm being so serious. If it's like a first date type thing, mini golf, not a good thing to go do ever. Yeah, no. Ever. No. Like
I prefer coffee.
No, we have fun.
I mean, okay, but if are you competitive? That's the problem.
No, it's mini golf. Why would I be competitive? We're not getting paid for this. Man, I smacked that ball out of the place so many times.
We go 6 to 12 deep at mini golf when we go, okay? And it's dumb competitive. Like, you don't even know. And that's just with the family members. You should see me when I'm like out with my friends. I'm like, y'all gonna be fucking.
That sounds like y'all bring the pressure.
Well, listen, Steph got something to say. What do you got to say, Steph?
Oh, just real fast. I think an arcade does sound like a super fun date, but also I think your results are probably skewed bad, Ty, because you're handsome. Like, it is true that you can do anything you want when you're sexy. Women are not going to complain about whatever. So I don't know that you have a true sample size.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And
I
feel like besides being handsome, I'm pretty cool. I don't feel like I'm like annoying on a date.
He's upset about the not being.
No, because I mean, I thank you, but
all right. Hear Ty say, my eyes are up here, Steph. First and foremost, I am a cool fucking person.
You see how close Steffi got to the camera when Ty was like, "I'm coming out naked." She was like, "Are you coming out naked?" Like it because
Stephanie got a point because when we did the James Young show, I was like, okay, Ty.
Well, aren't we learning a lot about each other this morning?
We are
learning a lot.
Stephanie goes a certain light skin shade, but she stops. Like, I need to elaborate on this. I need to elaborate on this. Sorry, but
I'm learning so much.
Steph, we're gonna have to talk later because I need to divulge in this motherfucker. Oh my god.
She's not lying, Steph. She's not lying. There are we over the years
we know your shades, but that was not part of the colors.
We've learned, Steph. We've learned some things.
Listen,
but allow me to